Day 81, October 3, Thursday. Segregationist teacher promoted to dean. Street racer stage accident in city center. Dress in blood film banned in local theaters for excessive cruelty.
Yeah, a box of Caesars.
With that outfit, I could see you coming a mile away, Mr. Boyd.
Ah, Mr. Chaffee. Knowing your love of theatrics, I was afraid you'd keep the mystery surrounding the dentist going for at least another day or two.
What could you mean, Mr. Boyd? Well, it's true. Robespierre does have a passion for mystery and the dramatic. But there's no need to confuse the actor with his character. For you, I'll play the hurried businessman who likes to cut to the chase. That's not quite me either, but though this mask I wear is quite a burden, I have long grown used to it. Besides, I don't want to distract you from your 180-day quest, not for a second longer than necessary. My, is half your time already up? You simply cannot imagine, Mr. Boyd, the painstaking work I've done to cultivate this maniac image. I turn to such literature the likes of which I wish I never knew. If our law enforcement agencies possessed even the slightest aesthetic sense, they would have instantly seen the game for what it was. And the postcards. What can I say?
And if the real dentist turned up again at the wrong moment? I don't imagine lunatics take kindly to imposters.
The dentist died of a heart attack last spring while he was sunbathing on the beach. I discovered this quite by accident, from a university friend, a therapist. It was he who convinced the dentist to stop killing, by the way.
Why the murders? Obviously they'd all been raped by Rogers. It would have been much easier to just get them to talk.
Mr. Boyd, the last thing I want is to appear a brutish butcher. I spent enough time on these women to know they were no use to me alive. Not sure if I should be ashamed to say it, but Stuart Rogers far surpasses me in his ability to intimidate people. Apparently, such things only come with experience. But murder? For that I truly do feel ashamed. It's a burden I shall have to bear for the rest of my days. But sadly, it's not my greatest shame.
What could be more shameful? To frame an innocent woman for such terrible crimes?
What? Are you unhappy with a woman cast as the serial killer? Firstly, I'd say Dear Jordan adds a certain grace to the whole sordid story. And second, of all the people I hold in my debt, she's the strongest. And not just physically. Third, she had good reason to settle her debt with me as quickly as possible. Without going into details, I'll just say that she's a very, very caring mother. Do these taste good? Had we met earlier, Mr. Boyd, I would have shown you a far more refined pleasure, one without such an unpleasant smell.
I'm afraid to even imagine what you count as pleasures, Mr. Chaffee. Fountains of blood in the city square?
Mr. Boyd, you're not listening to me at all. I didn't take any enjoyment from the killings. Everything I've done was of strict necessity. I couldn't make Jordan kill all the women that Rogers raped. That would have been excessive. If I had made her kill them all, you'd be rather upset, no?
I can't say I fully understand your plan, Mr. Chaffee, but you've given me more than enough reasons to arrest you.
Yes, but allow me to counter them with one good reason not to. I think you mentioned you dined here once?
Yes, not the best restaurant in town.
And maybe you're just not familiar with the full range of our services. I inherited this tasteless place from my father, I knew I could never make it into an exquisite restaurant. Instead, I accentuated the atrocity of it all, an aesthetic of a different kind. Now I even live here. To me, this complex is like a microcosm of Freeburg. But we're not here to talk about that. At school, I read a French novel whose name doesn't need mentioning, and I read many amazing things. It seems that in Paris, just before the Revolution, certain places were quite popular. People of wealth and taste visited from the city, shed their luxurious coats, peeled off their white gloves, and with the help of the local farmer, they brutally stabbed a hole in a bull and decorated themselves with the splattering blood as they prepared a large piece of meat for the fire. In the bull's suffering, these effeminate aristocrats found a perverse sort of pleasure. Now I make these pleasures available to the people of Freeburg. I will be honest with you. People who pursue such cruelty truly are crazy. But what is interesting? The best steaks are cut from the tender meat of young bulls. 11 months is just right, beautiful, healthy, full of strength. But these wealthy degenerates who pay $7,000, so our experts will show them where to plunge the blade for maximum effect. Even they don't have the spirit to slaughter the young bull. The thought never enters their minds. They look into the eyes of the healthy animal, bursting with energy, and they quickly shuffle past. As if by instinct, they are drawn to the old, weary, fading bulls. And then, with terrible smiles on their faces, they chew through tough steaks that taste of burning rubber. They feel that they're doing something real with their own hands, a sort of natural selection, as if they're agents in the natural process. But nature also teaches us that the old beast, unable to fend off any threat, might yet survive if it cowers in a dark corner and pretends it doesn't exist. Then, perhaps, the young predator will pass. Mr. Scott will drive you back. I'm late for an appointment.
Mr. Boyd, you won't believe it, but the person I just got off the phone with was talking about you.
Seems like I'm pretty popular these days.
By the way, Mr. Boyd, I've got to ask, why $500,000?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Starr.
Warning. Boyd, a maniac terrorized the city for 2 weeks and you did nothing. What would have happened to Freeburg if federal agents hadn't come to the rescue and arrested the dentist? The arrest was imminent. We'd have caught the dentist ourselves. The city overflowed with panic after your press conference about the dentist. Why didn't you think more carefully about what you were going to say? I stated the facts. I'm not a journalist and I don't get paid to distort reality. After such a failure, any self-respecting office holder would resign. What are your plans? I'll keep fighting crime. The city has a lot of problems and I'm not one to run away from a problem. How do you comment on rumors about the relationship between Mayor Rogers and all 5 of the dentist's Freeburg victims? No comment. I have nothing to say. Thank you. Day 82, October 4, Friday. Jack Boyd. Dentist's arrest was inevitable. Jack Boyd. No comment on Mayor's connection to dentist victims. Films DJs play Roof of Atticus Tower. You wanna work? Alright, let's start the day. Let's play Watercolor Grace by Keith Butler. Dentist is behind bars, great job, 87,500. Hall, you, one more detective, you, one more base, and one more police officer. Alright. So B needs one more police officer. And I mean, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. B needs one more police officer, and A can get a detective. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Currently tied. Whoever gets the next promotion. Brakeman entering at the suburbs. Hello, is this the police? It's Louis Park. Someone is in my house. I hear footsteps coming from downstairs. My husband is on a business trip and won't be home for another hour. Please come right now. I know it must be some terrorist who's going to rob and rape me. I blocked myself in my room, but the door won't stop this piece, bro. No. Your husband probably got back home early. Unlawful assembly at the City Hall. A crowd has gathered on the steps of City Hall demanding that city officials legalize euthanasia. The protesters are chanting, "My life, my death, my choice." City Hall employees report that people brought homemade signs and the protest is proceeding peacefully. Simpson Fournier called police in person. We're not gonna be violent, but we do wanna be there just in case something does happen. Maybe it'll go. Suspicious individual at the library. Librarian Rolando Bloom reported that a young man came in, looked for books in chemistry and monograms on explosive substances, and publications on extremist topics. Many of the books he requested are prohibited. The guy looks scary, his eyes make my blood run cold. Coach Iasano longing Yancy go. Offender caught, officers unarmed. Brakeman entering, Mr. Park returned from his business trip an hour early. It was he who was making noise in the house. Yeah, figured.
Looks like we have a situation here.
As soon as the suspect sees the police, he pulls a huge knife from his bag and rushes towards the librarian, shouting, "You called the pigs." Shoot the suspect.
1210 complete.
Offender caught, officers unarmed, civilians unarmed. Chief Boyd, I represent the interests of a private military corporation which is hoping to attract significant investment from your city. We are preparing an investor presentation and would like to demonstrate that a man who receives police training in matters of public safety. Please understand this is just business and we can all win here. Give us a couple hours with your weakest and laziest guys and the kids will look like gladiators next to them. I promise you the company will maintain your debt. Okay, Simpson and Forney, go.
In progress.
Suspicious individual at Desiree Park. Parishioner Mena Bush. While she was on her way to church, encountered a group of incredibly strange teenagers. They were running around in weird costumes, fighting with sticks and talking like robots. Maybe these crazy kids escaped from a mental hospital. Better catch them and send them back. No, they're just having fun. Leave them alone. Okay, let's play Take a Walk by Walter Flores. Tired, but they got better by 20. Okay. Lost these guys are like machines. They walk all over us, but we learn a lot. 20 minutes with these guys is better than a whole year at the academy. Mr. Cottrell says he was very pleased with their performance and he offered us free training at their training complex. What do you think? Yeah. Go take the course, guys.
1210 complete.
Members of the science fiction club were just having fun at the park. Yeah.
410 in progress.
Outside at an office building. Gladys Shell was enraged about some comments that her colleague Magic told him made him such a wreck. As Staplet began to hit him over the head with it, then Miss Shell yelled loudly and dashed out. At the secretary, she was having a nervous breakdown. Please hurry, said the suspect's boss. Who found the incident ended. Oh, Flores, Percy, Coach Asano, and Yancy with SWAT go.
1111 in progress.
Drug trafficking at the port. An anonymous tip just came in about a shipment of Colombian coffees being unloaded and being here inside the Netherlands. There's only a few guns washing it on board the shipments, but the police call London might just keep up with our fight. Warren Daniels about to 30 for it go.
910 in progress.
Robbery in the Bahamas. The elderly cook, Vanilla Davis, called up in a fit of hysteria. Come over quick, I can rob this little bastard stole treasure. Cops.
Officer,
The woman grabbed a second slave from her hand and pushed like that beads. They filled the woman a solid blow to the shell.
410 complete.
Under caught, officers in harm, civilians in harm. I don't have anybody to send a unit back.
1111.
Under caught, officers in harm, civilians in harm. Good, good, good. On cocaine. Get back to the police station.
In progress.
Person claimed in the suburbs, a respectable sounding man with a sleepy voice called him a name and fireworks are being set off right in front of his house. They look like bunks, but they have huge bags filled with all sorts of firecrackers. I don't think. I don't know.
910.
I'm gonna have the cops right now. Vanilla Davis was following with the mother of a little boy who climbed into the fountain and took out a few coins. I made that wish and your little bastard stole it.
12 in progress.
Destruction of property at the farm. Patricia Buckler says 10 or so people came onto her farm with some strange equipment. They wandered around with their gear for a while, then stopped and began to dig a huge pit. Her husband didn't throw people rummaging around on his property, but his attempt to investigate ended in the farmer was badly beaten. Okay, well, we need to wait for some officers to come back. Alright. Well, Flores, Percy, Kochi, Sano, or wait, no, that's it. You guys go to the noise complaint. And then Asano, Yancy, Wang, Tsubaki, Daniel, Purdy, and Griffin. You go to the farm.
Officer on scene.
There are 3 drunk men on the street, lighting fireworks and throwing them about. When they see the police, one of them pulls out a firework that looks a lot like dynamite and sets fire to the fuse. Aim at the man with a taser. The man throws the explosive to one of his friends. The wick has burned halfway down. Taser the man with the explosive and quickly extinguish the fuse.
213 complete.
Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Good.
212 complete.
Destruction of property. How'd it go? Offender caught, officers unharmed. Good, good, good. And that's the end of the day. End the day. Day 83, October 5, Saturday. Disabled Society demands increased benefits. Modern Art Gallery opens modern painting course. And bride suffers happiness heart attack at city registry office. Okay then. I'm too tired, I can hardly walk straight. Can I go home? Sure. Alright, let's start the day. Let's buy more stuff at the catalog. Just pre-order So it's out there in the trees by Ogre. Soapsliv says, if my house was on fire, first I'd save this tape, and then I'd save my sick wife. Then Swan Lake Act 1 intro by Tchaikovsky. Soapsliv says, so what can I say? Pure classic. Alright. Let's just play them all backwards again. Take a Walk by Walter Flores.
In progress.
Hostage situation at the bus stop. Two garbage men were emptying some cans near a bus stop. A drunk man came past and thought he'd make fun of them. He tried to make them fight him, so the garbage man got angry, stuck him in the can, and threw him into the garbage truck. They then continued on their route. Okay, Underwood, Oshiro, Anderson, Kiboshiko. Go.
In progress.
Assault at this park. Two old men were sitting on a park bench playing chess. Suddenly, one of them dashed into the pieces of the board, grabbed it, and started beating his opponent over the head with it. The eyewitness who called it in was quite agitated. Hurry, the old man's whole head is covered in blood. Jesus, Birch, go. Central, and go. The police caught up with the garbage truck and pulled it over. Two men are laughing about. Cam. Guys, the joke is over. Release the hostage. The drunk man gets out of the garbage truck, shakes the dirt off, and attacks the police. He hears the real police scavenger's passage or the police call. Filling your belly's not on this bridge, all that. Coven.
710
Defender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Defender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Convent office building. Elderly employee and sisters and office supplies reported career problems as many as possible. This is really a check for money. Nobody else can do it. I was bragging for something. Nobody else can do it. Probably that. Robbery at the drugstore. Now we know the pharmacist said an addict with a length of steel pipe is trying to break into the pharmacy. That sounds real. Okay, Underwood, Oshiro, Anderson, Rushko, nope. Disorderly conduct at Deseret Park. An old man called in to report that right in front of his favorite park bench, a group of crazy-looking people wearing very beautiful clothing were flopping around on the grass, spitting on the feelings of the welfare Christians, and alarming everyone who walks past. That doesn't sound good. Inside was a large box of staples, an item returned from an unhappy customer. Call him.
We've got a situation.
The addict has broken a window and is trying to climb through it. His feet are still sticking out. Okay, seize the offender's legs. Addict runs out the window and back onto the street and drops the scrap of pipe and tries to escape. Pounds on the criminal.
910 complete.
Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Let's play Watercolor Grace by Keith Butler. Assault at Octopus Restaurant. Kimberly Adams was celebrating her birthday with some friends and acquaintances. After a long dinner, she started opening her gifts and found a huge dildo. She blushed and then grabbed the sex toy and begged her friend who gave her the gag present. You bitch, you saw this monster. All my friends from the seminary here. Is this what you want? And think of me, Mrs. Adams. Then taking it, went over to her and pushing the nail of bloodiness of her skull. Birch, Coke, Central, and Robbins. Go. Probably shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's funny to me. Robert Dapley, Country diagnosis. Once again, I could really use your help. I'm trying to expand the ranch, but the existing territory belongs to fucking idiots for asking an insane amount for it. Today, I'll be in a regular meeting with them, and I want a bunch of police officers to come in during the meeting and start asking lots of questions about the personal property, drainage, whether those drug addicts live in the stuff like that. Basically, help me put pressure on the sellers and knock the costs down a little bit. If the free bird police help me, I'll stretch out my hand and offer, say, a boost in your budget. Enough for 5 more jobs, okay? I'll take that enough. I'll take it wrong. 5 new jobs? That's really good. Kendall, Dixon, Silk, and Grant, go. An elderly man was outraged at the yoga group, which decided to hold a master class in the park.
810 in progress.
Breaking and entering at the Sugar Dream Confectionery. Theodore Taramis, caretaker at the candy factory, reports that 5 masked men broke down the door and disappeared inside. The watchman wanted to do is to get in between, but there were too many of them. They wouldn't be smart. They just nailed me to the wall. You better come sort this out yourselves. I don't have enough people, so I'm outweighed on that. Oh, I might not have enough. Alright, Octopus Restaurant. The girl's pounding her friend's head with all her might. Her victim hasn't been conscious for a while. The huge crowd is gathered around, and it's impossible to get near the fight. Rush through the crowd to the fight. No, dang it, I was trying to click on that. Seeing the police assailant comes to her senses, jumps up and makes a break for the back door, pushing people out of the way with her 6-ton. Arm the taser and run after the girl. Okay. Fender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, let's just send what we have now. So Underwood, Oshiro, Anderson, Goroshko, and Nami. Go. Devlin, report. Chief, we love playing the part and even had ourselves believing it. And we really don't mind earning a little extra on the side. We don't even ask for a thank you. But when y'all kind of hinted that we deserve a couple hundred extra, Mr. Moneybags just hissed at us and said to fuck off, that he was on the verge of making the deal of a lifetime. That's not how things are done. We're heading to the bar. Jeez, okay. When these guys get back, I'm gonna send them to the noise complaint at the ghetto.
510 in progress.
Alright, noise complaint at the ghetto. An angry man just phoned in yelling about his neighbors. He's been hearing terrible ringing and shouting coming from every side of his house. My ears are going to explode. You have to stop them right away. Okay, I don't think that's real. Shooting at the suburbs. Mrs. Kent called to complain about the drunken neighbor who decided it would be fun to go after sundown and shoot the beer cans in his backyard. Get that drunk behind bars before he kills someone. I don't have any more cops though, so I guess this will have to do. Birch, Cook, Citron, Robinson, McNamara. Alright, how did it go? Thunder caught, officers unharmed. Perfect.
213 complete.
Was complained the call came in from Clark McKellen, a former psychiatric patient who recently stopped taking his prescribed medication. Alright. While we're waiting, let's play Hush Money. Good and right. Then you're caught, officers unharmed.